friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about solving two-step equations with fractions. Take a moment, grab your notebook, write this down, and we're going to go through this together. Okay, when we get to do equations like this where we have two steps, we first have to undo our addition and subtraction, and then we undo our multiplication and division. So straight away, I see that there's a 2 here and a -3 here. I need to combine those like terms. But because I'm going across the equal sign, I have to do the opposite. So if you take a look, that's a +2 there. So we're adding a 2 there. So we're going to do the opposite, which is -2 from both sides. What that does is cancel out the 2 over here and leave me with 4/9 times x equals -3 and -2. We're going to add those together, and our negative team now has 5 players on it. Okay, so right here between the 4/9 and the x, what we're doing is multiplying, and the opposite of multiply is divide. But if I divide this, if I have this and I divide by 4/9, that's gonna look a little wonky. We call these complex fractions or wonky fractions. We don't want to do that. So what we're gonna do instead, and let me rewrite this for you, is we never divide fractions. We always multiply by the reciprocal. Multiply by the reciprocal. And the reciprocal of a fraction is just flipping it over. So in this case, what I'm going to do is multiply this side by 9/4. And look what happens when I do that. These cancel out, and I get that x all by itself. That's the whole idea when we're solving equations. However, if I multiply this side by 9/4, I have to multiply this side by 9/4. Now remember, when we're multiplying fractions, you multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. If one of your numbers is not a fraction, remember, you can always turn it into a fraction by putting it over 1. So we multiply straight across the top, we get -5 times 9 gives me -45. And on the bottom, I have 1 times 4. All right, so now what we have is an improper fraction. And you want to go ahead and leave your answer as an improper fraction. You don't want to turn it into a mixed number. Now that you're in algebra, we don't use mixed numbers except for when we're graphing and we need to know where something falls on the line, or if it's a word problem. We definitely don't want to turn it into a decimal. The only time you want your answer to be a decimal is if it starts as a decimal, or if, like I said, it's a word problem and a decimal makes sense. Maybe we're talking dollars. All right, if you have any questions, let your teacher know. Otherwise, we will see you next time.